Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from MouseSteps.com.
And this is episode number 367
367
of Mouseseps Weekly.
Sponsored by MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel. If you're looking to travel to Walt Disney World for Halloween or Christmas this year, or sometime in 2021, MEI and Mouse Fan Travel, they're ready to book you anytime you're ready. And they have over 20 years in the business of booking Disney vacations.
And you know, it's Halloween time.
It is Halloween time, and the whole show. I just got back actually from the Magic Kingdom.
Day 3 of Halloween.
You weren't there for the
Not
day 3,
today.
and I was not expecting to do all the Halloween. So yes, we have 3 days of Halloween in the show.
All right, so let's start. This is very nice. It reminds me, we couldn't have Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween parties, but it's very nice that we have Halloween Light at the Magic Kingdom.
But you know what? I do not think of it as Halloween light. I actually think there's a lot of stuff going on.
There is.
And they've done really a nice job of putting it together.
So we're looking at the entrance, our arrival on the first day of Halloween. We're on the ferry boat, one of our favorite transportation modes, which I think you took today again.
I did. The only part I don't like is actually getting on the boat, because everybody tries to cram in onto the walkway at one time, and I'm just like I always kind of stand back at this point unless I'm in the front.
Well, I'm gonna show a little clip of what it's like when the boat opens up the walkway to exits. You don't ever have to be involved in that, luckily.
Well, I always wait. I was like the second to last one off the ship today, because I just kind of wait, till everybody goes.
Now, the one difference is you don't see Halloween as far as decorations outside the train station when you're arriving anymore. And
really inside the Magic Kingdom, the decorations are much lighter than normal.
So here we go. It is time to go. It's Halloween time.
Yes, and we're waiting.
Of course, we're the last ones off as
just
usual.
about, yes. And I had otherwise a very nice ride over this morning. I rode the monorail quite a bit today, and mostly by myself, although I was in the cab a little bit with a couple who just got engaged, and we're calling all their family and friends to tell them.
Well, that sounds very nice.
It was nice.
So we're going to take a very quick look at some of the decorations. Mostly, this is it.
That is about it, except for some garland. But, where they didn't put the money into, decorating, they put it into the entertainment.
And here we are at the train station, and we were welcomed by Mickey and friends in the first set of costumes we're going to see. We're going to see 3 different costume sets from the main characters.
Well, just from Mickey and Minnie were 3 different sets, and the others, I think, except for Pluto had 1, and then the others had 2. But also, like the Sugar Rush racers and such also had different costumes.
I noticed
3
that,
different sets.
And thankfully you went again today and you got their yellow outfits, which I had not seen before.
I wasn't planning on seeing characters really too much today. I was going to go check out Tron. But instead, they had new outfits again. So I was
unexpected. I did not expect that either.
So I ended up just doing mostly character stuff in the couple hours I was there, just checking out the Cavalcade and all. And so looking at these outfits, these costumes, this is what you'll see on the Cavalcades. Whatever you see them in at the train station should be the Cavalcade costumes, although I was told one day that wasn't the case. But each of the days we were there, it informed what we were going to see later. And so Minnie is in a really fun witch outfit. Usually, Minnie is usually the witch, and she has 2 witch outfits that she's been wearing.
I like Donald's outfit. It reminds me of something we've seen at the Halloween and Dine in the past.
And like a superhero outfit. And then, the interesting thing is Mickey has almost vampire outfits, just like Chippendale, but he's not a vampire, And so then you have a haunted mansion. It's sort of like a gravedigger,
It sort of
outfit.
represents what you would see in the real Boo-to-You parade, but just with one or 2 representatives of each part of the parade.
I had a couple of the cast members who liked the mask I had on today because it looks like their costumes.
Park Candy, the finest.
I love Park Candy masks. So anyway, we're looking down toward Cinderella Castle.
I was just kind of showing the decorations.
Yes, and so we see Piglet, Eeyore, and then Pooh and Tigger. And they are on the trolley, although I did not see them this morning on the trolley. I only saw the Dapper Dans on the trolley.
Cadaver Dance. That's
Yes,
right. Now
the
that
Cadaver
the Cadaver Dans have returned, I have a feeling that the trolley will no longer be doing this, but we'll see what happens.
I thought they were going to swap off, but today I only saw the Dapper Dans on here. But I did see the Pooh Characters at the Crystal Palace, which we hadn't seen them until I saw them yesterday. We kept missing them. So Eeyore is at the back here. Hopefully they still do the trolley also.
I love it. I think this is one of my favorite elements. And you have Eeyore, as you said, like I think he's a clown and a pirate here for Tigger.
And these are the costumes that they normally wear for the meet and greet at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. And Piglet is always really cute with the butterfly outfit. And then, of course, Pooh with his little bucket. And this was toward the end of the day, the first day, right? Just before I fell. I had a little fall. And so, yeah, that was fun.
I love it. I just think these guys, they've had so much fun. In this, especially when they leave the trolley and they're heading back, especially Eeyore is always sort of a ham.
So I just wanted to mention also, while we're looking at them, during the day, sometimes you'll see like a lot of guests on Main Street or other places. And then sometimes you won't see as many. Early on, you usually see a lot more guests, gathering for these. And later in the day is a lot better to see like the cavalcades and such, because by then guests have already seen it and they're on rides. And generally, I wouldn't say first thing in the morning for most of it.
And here we are watching Eeyore's little departure. He takes a while. He is not fast, which is very like myself at times. And I noticed that he's even has this slow, very slow and sad departure, even when he's not in this costume. But I guess the clown costume brings it on even more.
And he is pretty much always last. Oh no, I don't even remember that. So somehow I think I missed that. So really cute. But they do sort of greet at a distance at the Crystal Palace. And the thing is, you don't really know what times these are at because they're not posted, so people don't gather too much.
So here's another of the new cavalcades. It's the Nightmare Before Christmas with Jack Skellington and Sally and Oogie Boogie. Very much reminiscent of what we saw at Disneyland in the past. The Frightfully Fun Parade.
Yes. And I just want to say also, I have a lot of things to say today.
Yes.
I think that every cavalcade has more performers and characters than I expected. Like they mentioned that Jack Skellington would have his own cavalcade, but they didn't mention Sally or that Oogie Boogie would also be on it.
That's right.
And so every cavalcade, sometimes there's other performers as well, not just characters. I think that it was over and beyond, above and beyond is what I thought about every cavalcade.
Really, if you put these all together, all the cavalcades and ran it as one big parade, it would be right up there with the quality of a regular Halloween parade almost.
Well, it still wouldn't be as long.
It would be sort of what they did at Disneyland when they had their Mickey's Halloween party before the full Frightfully Fun parade put it at a whole new level. But when it was the Halloween, I guess they called it just the Halloween cavalcade parade there. That's about what you would get if you put all these together, I think.
I just think it's really fun, and to hear the music, like, Boo to You.
And It's Good to Be Bad.
Yes, It's Good to Be Bad. Like, it's really nice to hear that. And even today I was over at the Grand Floridian and I could hear Boo to You. And it's like, there's just something nice about having Halloween. We can't have it as it normally is, but it's really still very good and really a lot of fun.
Well, speaking of Boo to You, this is the background music. Boo to You and Boo to You and You.
And you can see all these guests here, and it gets a little crazy at times on Main Street.
This was the first time, this was the very first ever showing, and I think it's the busiest of all the times I've seen it ever.
But later in the day, let's say around 2 o'clock, there was almost nobody on Main Street. So again, especially with weather and all that, I think it's just better for right now to try to get that social distance in, and that's what I'm always aiming for. So there is, all of the train station characters, like, again, Sugar Rush, and then you have Gravedigger, Pirate, And I never know what she is, if she is supposed to be like Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish I had a shovel though to give to the gravedigger so he can try to scrape it and make the sparks like we're used to seeing.
And then you have Mickey and Minnie, and I don't remember this outfit. It's sort of like ballerina / butterfly. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, that's a very unique outfit there, that's for sure.
And I think Pluto's supposed to be a lion, and that's the only costume I have seen him in so far. And then, of course, you have Mickey and then Donald and Daisy on the back. And really, the thing about these cavalcades is they're very fast. Once they start, and most guests actually won't know they're coming.
Right.
And then everybody sort of, then gets to the sidewalk, and then they're done in like 1 minute or not much more. So it really is something where even though everybody's sort of gathering, it's really just for a minute or two. And then, the cavalcade is gone.
And we only really put any time into waiting the first day. I mean, the other 2 days that we've been there.
Today I did.
Oh, well, because you wanted a specific one.
Well, because you wanted me to get, this
because
one today.
I wanted it.
You did. You
I
were
did. I
like,
admit that.
can you get it? So I waited around in Frontierland for it.
So here's the villains. It is the villains cavalcade with Gaston. Now, sometimes Gaston will be on his horse, and other times he will be walking. This was the very first performance, and as you'll see later, they have added a villain to this little float here.
Yeah, we're going to show that, and just like we're going to show
The
in order the 3 different days. Some from every day, and this is just you're hearing "It's Good to Be Bad," and I love this music. This is my favorite of the cavalcades. You have Maleficent, you have Evil Queen, you have Jafar, you have all the other characters, Bowler Hat Guy. It's such a fantastic cavalcade.
And this Chernabog float here has been at the Magic Kingdom forever. It rivals the Mirror float.
It has been here a long time. And here is the Evil Queen on the back. And again, you don't expect Bowler Hat Guy to be out in the street, during the cavalcade. Who knows who Bowler Hat Guy is.
Yeah, years ago you never saw him, but now he's constantly trotted out, especially during the Disney Villains After Hours events and Halloween parties nowadays. So.
And when I post them, people will be like,
yeah, who's this guy?
And I know there's a lot of people who know who he is too, but he is the one who I get asked about. Who is that? Bowler Hat Guy from Meet the Robinsons. I
love the expressions on the Evil Queen. She is fantastic. You can almost see the apple in her hand,
I always get interesting photos of her because she makes these crazy faces. And, I don't know what to post, but she's really fun.
In return for the Jack Skellington sipper here, we didn't get him, but maybe by the end of Halloween time, he'll have to come home with us.
Well, we did get that Munster mash burger at some point.
We're going to show it. We will definitely show that later on in the show.
It wasn't that good.
No.
I'm just letting you know. And so there is Chip and Dale, and they are dressed, I don't really know what they are because
skeletons. I think they're skeletons.
But they're also like bats.
That's true. They have the bat cape there.
Yeah, they have these capes are generally what they wear as vampires because they are vampires sometimes. But then they have the skeleton,
let's say they're skeleton bats.
It's something like that. I'm really not sure what they're supposed to be, but they're fun. You see them on the rivers of America, and guests can get pictures with them, and they dance.
In my experience of the times we've been pre the Halloween festivities and after it started, they seem to be the hardest to find. I think they only run 5 days a week. I know I was told that, and there's no set time, so this actually happens very fast. It's probably over within 15 minutes or so.
And Villains, and I'm just going to say the Villains and also Nightmare Before Christmas, I believe, are also 5 days a week. They are not every single day.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a number of things. Like every time you go to the Magic Kingdom, it's going to be a little different than the previous time you went. It could be different costumes on Mickey, or, maybe the Villains float won't be going. You just don't know.
Now you have me thinking, because I know for a fact that Chip and Dale have other Halloween
for a fact.
Outfits.
We've seen other outfits.
Seen many of them. So wouldn't it be cool if they alternated their Halloween outfits on these barges? That would be very fun.
It would be interesting, yes.
So yes, be sure to make a lookout for Chip and Dale here on the rivers of America.
So Disney had actually started selling Halloween treats about a week before Halloween. And so he really, and you wanted the Madame Leota sipper.
I did.
And so I said, okay, well, the line probably will be like an hour, but I will wait and you can go around the Magic Kingdom because there wasn't really sense in both of us waiting for it.
Right, you went straight to the line, which was beyond the castle, I should say.
But it's every 6, feet. So it wasn't really a long line. But it was a very slow line. So I waited 2 hours, and once you're in it for an hour, you're like, okay, well, I guess I'll wait another hour. So that we also bought the pumpkin spice waffle sundae because I waited 2 hours.
Right. Originally, we had no idea it was going to be that long. And by the way, I waited 1 of those hours and it felt like 2 hours in that hot sun.
It was very hot out, but it actually is like the coolest thing. And it lights up, and I think for the $16.99, including a drink, it's really nice. And
it's a great deal.
I don't know if they had it today or not.
I know it was sold out yesterday.
Okay, so yeah, I mean it's very popular. I'm sure it will be. I expect it would be back. And Jeff was very happy to get it. And then after we took it home, and I was like, well, I want one.
Yeah, but you'll have a second one. This was my favorite of the Halloween treats that we've had so far, the wedding cake.
That's a Constance's For Better or For Worse wedding cake. And it's citrus scented cake with raspberry, Bavarian cream, and a chocolate axe. And it's $6.29. I thought it was pretty good. It isn't as good as the blood splattered cake from Disneyland, which was really good. It was like a red velvet. That was amazing. So here is a rainy day cavalcade, which we saw several of.
We are jumping into yesterday, which would be Sunday the 20th, and it was rainy when we got there, but at least we got to see, finally, a rainy day cavalcade with the Halloween characters.
Well, finally, a whole couple days after it started.
It was like 5 days. That's a lifetime.
So it feels like Halloween started weeks ago. So it rained on and off all day, really poured on and off all day yesterday. So the rainy day cavalcades were really because it really rained.
Right.
So here is Pluto, and this is the car that Cinderella rides in, also for their rainy day cavalcade, which I thought was interesting.
Right, and we'll probably show that next week because we were able to get a bunch of the princesses, but that doesn't fully fit the theme of the show. You're going to notice, though, the characters might look a little different than you had just seen them earlier on our first day.
Minnie has a lot of witch costumes. Minnie loves to be a witch. So the first day, here you can see Daisy as a princess. Those are like their meet and greet outfits during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party in Storybook Circus.
Well, at least Daisy. I don't think Donald has ever met in that outfit before. He's usually dressed as a pumpkin.
Right. That's why I said those two. And there they are on top of the train station.
In the rain.
Again, you've got Pluto in his, I think, lion outfit. Daisy in that meet and greet costume from Storybook Circus. Minnie also in that witch outfit. Mm-hmm. But Daisy looked really good as a witch because you never really see her as one.
Right.
And then we have Mickey here.
Classic Mickey. I mean, you would. That's what talking Mickey would wear when he would meet and greet with you.
And I think that costume is what Donald wears in the float during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween
and the Boo-to-You
party.
parade in the gazebo now, but you're going to later on see what he used to wear in the gazebo. So it's very interesting, the evolution of all of this.
Now, is it the one that I did today, is it a little different than that one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't realize he was in a different costume. So it's similar though. So anyway, you don't know what times these will be at, but if you go as often as we are going to the parks, you kind of get an idea of sometimes when things are happening. There's almost always something going on, and it could be sometimes in Frontierland, it could be on Main Street, it could be one of the cavalcades, because they run all the cavalcades multiple times per day.
And here they come. They're exiting from being on the train station. And again, it was just raining a tiny bit as this was happening. So as you said, it was an on and off rainy day.
And I actually went over here earlier, not quite exactly where you were, but I was in this vicinity today.
We will see that. You did a fine job. I'm very thankful that you took time away from all these other things to get that great footage today. And here is the Cadaver Dans.
And the Cadaver Dans, today when I saw them, and you'll see later, they were on the trolley. And here they are in, and this is the Dapper Dans. The Dapper Dans there hasn't been very much equity singing.
Performers.
Yes. Since the parks reopened, almost none. So to have the Dapper Dans back, and in this case as the Cadaver Dans, is really nice. And Voices of Liberty will be back for Christmas.
And this is something previously you only could see during a Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. So you're getting to see the Cadaver Dans actually singing Halloween songs and all this for the regular day guests now.
Well, any entertainment, unlike Disneyland and Disneyland Paris, Walt Disney World generally does all their entertainment during the parties.
Right.
So it's actually really good for day guests to be able to have some entertainment.
And here we see those now the second set of outfits for Mickey and Minnie, at least in the I would call it the Boo to You Mickey and Friends parade.
I think that everybody's been calling it that, and so you're hearing Boo to You.
And I love these outfits. I'm used to these are classic outfits.
And there is Daisy, and I know I took pictures of her last year in that costume in Storybook Circus.
Now we're going to see an evolution here of the villain's float because Gaston is now on his horse, and you're going to see an additional villain.
And I don't know if I would call it an evolution because sometimes he's off, sometimes he's on.
Probably depends on the weather.
And that is probably at least part of it. Maybe availability of horses, I don't know. And there is a Big Bad Wolf.
I love the Big Bad Wolf. He is awesome.
He's really fun, and you can see that it's not too busy here at the hub, and it's like 1 o'clock or so. Main Street actually tends to get the busiest, and here he is. He's really fun. Main Street tends to get the busiest. The hub, today I was at the hub, not too busy.
Right, and I had just walked up when I was at the hub, that shot you saw. That was actually the second shot.
Oh, right, okay.
So, it's the whole parade route, there's plenty of room, really.
There is. And so, okay, this is that burger that we mentioned. I think it was called the Munster Mash Burger. And the best part about it is the Mickey on the bun.
And I should say it was supposed to come with a Munster cheese, but at this point they were out of Munster cheese, so it was regular American cheese.
It really isn't. It's just a standard Disney burger with a few potato barrels.
But the stamp, with a Mickey stamp.
You know what? It's for the gram, right?
That's
so
right.
we got it for the gram, but actually
I don't even have the gram.
I was really hungry, actually, so...
it was for the belly, for me.
It was really nice, though, it was pouring at that time, so it was really nice to just eat something, anything.
So that was at the end of the day, and as we were walking out, right when we were leaving, we noticed the lights had come on Main Street, so we turned back around, and there was still, as you can see, plenty of people there, and we were able to get some nice shots here of almost nighttime at the Magic Kingdom.
The park closes at 6 p.m., but guests are still pouring out for quite some time after that. And yeah, we were just about on our way out, and then it was like, oh, lights on, so we turned around, and guests were still there, when we left. So it was just a very nice time to be at the Kingdom. And look how dark it is. It wasn't dark, really. It was darkish when we left the Kingdom, and all of a sudden it looks like totally nighttime. As we're on the ferry boat.
It was such a nice, relaxing ferry boat ride, especially with a beautiful view like this.
It was much better than if we had left just after. Probably we would have otherwise left at 6:15 or 6:30 after we were finished with our food. And it was really busy. Everything would have been too busy. This is today. There is Jester Mickey and Witch Minnie. And I was at the Magic Kingdom today because I really was hoping that the Grand Floridian Walkway would open today because I'm very interested in that.
I was wrong about Donald, but I can tell you that Jester, Mickey, and Minnie in that outfit, they used to be on that gazebo float for Boo to You, and then they changed to the different outfits.
I just was like, oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting that. So I mentioned the Grand Floridian Walkway, not open. So I just came into the Magic Kingdom, and then it was like, what? Oh my gosh, a third outfit.
And you did a great job here. This is an excellent spot to see the characters up close.
And yeah, and this is the only time that I've done it because you're generally over, over here. And this is the first time I've actually watched this video. And so everybody, the Sugar Rush racers have different costumes. And I had several of them tell me they liked my mask.
Oh, that was very nice.
So, and there is the Dapper Dans. And things just start happening so quickly. As soon as the characters came down from the train station, there were the Dapper Dans.
It's nice having them on the trolley, but I think I prefer where they were in Frontierland because then you can see a full show, not having them just go by quickly.
Well, that's what I had said about the Main Street Philharmonic. You'll hear, a part of a song. And yeah, I mean, the Dapper Dans in Frontierland, you actually can see a whole show. And I really enjoy that.
And this was a nice little surprise that you had today. The Pooh characters here.
And I am assuming they're here at the Crystal Palace more than they were because I don't know if they're on the trolley right now.
Right.
That the Cadaver Dans are out. And if they are, it's not very often. And they must have just come out when I got there because there was nobody over here yet. And so there's Piglet. Piglet's trying to get my attention.
Piglet
but Tigger
follows you. Look at Piglet knows where you're going.
This was really.
I thought it was very cute.
It was cute. I really enjoy. Piglet. And here comes and probably and then Eeyore. I just think this is very sweet. And of course the characters have met inside the Crystal Palace. That would be their normal spot, but at this time Crystal Palace is not open.
And what a beautiful day. I mean, you can't beat the color and everything. So much nicer than we had yesterday.
All week we've had so much gray, so just to have blue sky was really great. And I have two angles where today, we often will run and get the cavalcades from a couple different angles.
That's one of the benefits because these are so short. You can get up to 3 angles if you
feel
like moving.
If it depends how many guests are there as well. So I went to Frontierland. I decided I was just going to hang out there for a while and wait for it. First, the Nightmare Before Christmas one came.
And as you mentioned earlier, these would be the outfits that you saw this morning on the train station.
And I really like this outfit for Minnie because there's something about those green stockings. I just think those are a lot of fun. So with this cavalcade, you have performers before the float and after the float. And because I was doing the videotaping today, I keep forgetting that there's going to be more after the float. And that was part of that. There's more than I expected. There's just so many different performers, and I really enjoyed that.
And I like that you were able to get to the hub here with a beautiful view of the castle, and you shot this with a wide lens, I see.
Yes, and it wasn't busy. So we're going to show you what it looks like on Main Street also. But this area was not busy. I just came over here. And I mentioned running. I don't run. I am very careful about my walking with distance. But you can see that it's really spread out. There's not too many guests over here. You've got a perfect view of the castle. But then I hit Main Street, and it was
not horrible though.
Not right here, not as much. But the thing is, it felt so busy to me that I started videotaping because I just wanted to. It wasn't even that I planned to show it here. It was just I wanted to show you. Because we're not normally on Main Street for that.
And here is the shot kind of just showing a little atmosphere around the hub. And today is Monday if you're viewing, who knows when people will be viewing this. So we were at the Kingdom on a Tuesday, on a Sunday, and on a Monday.
And it really, I took this today too. It really feels like weeks. We've been there a lot at the Kingdom, but it feels
it's time for Christmas.
It's all it feels. You know what? Because every time we go to the Kingdom, it's a little different. I am enjoying my Halloween time.
I love it. Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween!
And thanks to our sponsor, MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel.
Check them out. They have 21 years in the business, and really, I trust them. And I was a travel agent for 7 years. I was a Disney authorized vacation planner, just like what they do. It's a lot of work, and they've been modifying a lot of vacations, but they're there if you need them to help you with your trip.
So some of the excitement coming up, especially for you, is the new bridge from the Grand Floridian to the
bridge
from the Grand to the Magic Kingdom. So you'll be able to walk all the way from the Ticket and Transportation Center to and including inside the Magic Kingdom if you choose.
Or you could keep on going and go to the Contemporary.
Yeah, that's it. You could walk to the Contemporary. Never thought of that.
From the TTC as soon as it opens, which, today is the 21st, and the Grand Floridian officially opened today. It didn't feel to me too different. It's like the Polynesian Resort is not officially open, but you can walk in and you can dine. So it's the same with the Grand Floridian in that the DBC has been open and some of the restaurants have been open all along. So it's not like yesterday we were there. It doesn't feel different than yesterday
right.
to me.
And I heard Narcoossee's has actually reopened as well.
Yeah, that I think opened last night. But we were over there yesterday. We ended up having a Halloween treat, which I also got another one. The same thing today.
So good. And we're going to have a little segment on Halloween treats of the resorts next week as well.
I feel like the resorts have really done a lot more than usual with treats for Halloween this year. So, yeah, I mean, we're trying not to overdo the treats.
Right. But we'll see. We'll see what we're going to actually have to a
pace
little bit
ourselves.
more do so we have more to show next
about.
week. And also we'll be going back to Disney's Hollywood Studios tomorrow. I guess it's very, very crowded today, so I'm crossing our fingers it won't be quite as bad tomorrow.
And then whenever the Grand Floridian path opens, that's the thing I've been really looking forward to the most because I love walking around the resorts.
Even tomorrow, if it opens, we'll
go there. And the weather's been a little nicer. A couple weeks ago, we were out 8 hours and it was 99 degrees. Super hot, and today it was 80 and breezy. It was really nice.
So thanks again for listening. Have a great week. We'll see you all next week. Happy Halloween and stay safe, everybody.
Happy Halloween and stay safe.